Good morning to all those tuning in. This is the Rebel Lemon, and today we're back to playing Occult Crime Police. Alright, we're on the final act. And my guess up to this point has been that, or in my recent broadcast, is that the, and Angie Newing is actually the house. That is my bet, but we are going to see. Randy, what the heck is going on here? I'm not sure yet. I got one theory, but it's completely ridiculous even by your standards. And I do have some famously low standards. Still, it's the only explanation I can think of. I'm just going to have to test it out. Miss Angela... Oh, I called her Angie. I don't know. I knew an Angela that went by Angie all the time. Oh well. If that is your real name, I got a hunch that you think she's some sort of imposter. Yes, actually, good guess. It wasn't a guess. I've seen enough movies to know where the that is your real name bit is leading. So what, you think I'm a manic dressed up as myself? Like I've got the real Angie locked up in the closet somewhere? Well, it should be easy enough for you to disprove. Just tell us something only she would know. Nah. Why would I play along with your stupid theory? Seems the burden of proof is on you. Sorry, knowing, I gotta side with Officer Warren here. What? The whole fake Angie theory is ridiculous. But it's the kind of ridiculous I can get behind. None of this high-concept sci-fi nonsense. Just some good old-fashioned identity theft. So make with the testimony. Fine, what do you want to know more about? Tell us more about the moment of the killing? Fine, if that will get you off my back. Alright, interesting witness statement. My testimony, final one, last one for real. As you surmised, we were both in the bedroom when it happened. We're both having a little conversation over whether to shut down the house or not. When it seemed like things weren't going in my favor, I came up with a plan. I was hoping to trick Doshma into using the contraption himself, but it seems he was already suspicious of me. So I pushed him away from me and then activated the trapdoor. So guess who's got two thumbs, an appreciation for Tex-Mex, and no idea what's going on? Here's a hint, it's me. Seriously, what's going on? Well, you yourself discovered that Angie Knowing isn't anywhere on the space. But the signal from a video chat is coming from the base. The only way that makes sense is if the person talking to us isn't Angie Knowing. Well then, who is she? I think we're about to find out. Alright, let's poke holes in her testimony. Let's press her on everything and then go from there. Can you explain where you were both standing? Well, I was sorta near the front bed while Dashma was... You know what? It would probably be quicker just to show you. Show me? Yes, hang on, there was a camera running in the bedroom at the time. There, that should be simpler for your primitive brain to comprehend. Hold on, I thought the house's memory banks had been corrupted. Most of the data was corrupted. I could only salvage a single clean frame. Interesting what the arm's doing there. You forgot we were in the middle of a tour. The arm was out for demonstration purposes. Wait, why was... No problemo. What's the matter, Sheriff? Afraid you don't have the mental facilities to remember a single photograph? No, I just wanted to make sure I have a physical piece of evidence to show the court. Go. Wait a sec. That evidence itself disproves her claim. I was hoping the trick was meant to use, but it's already supposed to me. Yes, this one right here. Okay. As you can see, Newing was standing on the trapdoor herself. But she says that she pushed Dashma onto the trapdoor, which can't be true if Newing is standing on the trapdoor. Hold it! Now, there's something awfully confusing about your recollection, Angie. Yes, I can't wait to hear it. You claim you pushed on Dashma away from you and towards the trapdoor. But how could you do that when you were standing on the trapdoor yourself? Gah, you think you're smarter than me, huh? Well, how do you know I didn't just have the arm push him? That's certainly possible, but it doesn't change the fact that you would have fallen into the trapdoor as well. Even if you jumped out of the way at the last second, it still doesn't explain your strange slip of the tongue. You suddenly stated that you pushed Oran Dashma towards the trapdoor. Hey, everyone makes mistakes sometimes, even geniuses. I've been all mixed up ever since that power outage ruined my perfect plan. That's right, the power outage. I've been meaning to ask you about that. Sorry, I'd rather not ruminate on past failures. Why don't you ask me about something else? Sure, why did you want to shut down the smart house? Boy, come to think of it, I would just love to talk about that power outage. Okay, so I think this lends to my credence of this being the smart house that is impersonating Angie Knowing, for the sheer fact that the power outage really messed with the circuits, or the house's circuits, and then on top of that, she doesn't want to talk about the house being shut down. Like the house project? Alright, let's get into it. Oh. Dashma had been split. It would also explain the testimonies by this person all being in text document form if it was the robot. Dasha had been split out of the dressing contraption into the kitchen. I was about to close off the kitchen and get myself some privacy. Just then, the power went out all over the house. Without power, the garbage disposal couldn't be opened. As I was trying to open it, that social media moron snapped a picture of the body. That's it, Agent Goodnight, the final interrogation. Now you have to understand, I'm very skeptical of your claim. Considering you managed to turn an open and shut case into a day-long affair, well, excuse me for doing actual police work. Well, better get to it then. And keep in mind, I'm going to hold you to that final interrogation thing. Duly noted. Dashma had been split out by the thing into the kitchen. Give myself some privacy. Just when the power went out all over the house. Without power, the garbage disposal couldn't be opened. Just trying to open it, then snaps that picture. My thing is that can't be true. Because when the power went out, it would have been 2 minutes. So they wouldn't have had time to snap another picture. This would have been snapped first, and then the video would have had been taken. So I guess present the logs on this statement? Or should I be like pressing for more info? Okay, wait. I'm trying to open it. And the power went out all over the house. I'm gonna start pressing stuff first. Because I only get 5 tries, I'm gonna press stuff, do things properly, and then do my evidence. Well, that's unnervingly evocative way of putting it. Come to think of it, why does the dressing contraption lead to the kitchen anyways? Well, that's the usual order of operations when getting ready for the morning. You take a shower, you get dressed in clean clothes, and then you go to the bed downstairs for breakfast. DTC just streamlines the process. Wait, then why wouldn't the dressing compartment be in the shower? I don't fucking know. Well, from what I've heard of you, officer, you may be skipping a few of those steps nowadays. Hey, that's uncalled for. And unfortunately true. You were planning to close off the kitchen? You know, lock the doors, close the blinds, make sure no snooping tour groups could see what I was doing. Naturally, Harper controls all of these processes. So, once the power went out, I couldn't physically close them myself. Boy, it's almost like making your whole house computer controlled is a bad idea. That's some pretty unbelievable timing. You're telling me this plan had 100% chance of success. I guess it couldn't have had 100% chance if it failed. Well, up until the point at which it didn't. Do you remember anything else that happened around that time? Any strange sights or sounds? You mean stranger than my flawless plan going up in smoke before my very eyes? No, I don't say that I do. You completely sure about that? How many times do I have to say yes? Is it important information? Well, every other time that they brought it up, it has to be. It could be. As information, can you please add this information to your statement? If it'll get you to stop asking, then sure. I don't recall anything else strange happening at the time. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. If I am correct, a large flash can be seen and a loud boom can be heard. I thought that was a strange ass fucking detail to add in, but maybe it's not as strange as I thought. Maybe presented? How strange you remember nothing else odd besides the power outage. Because as anyone present for the tour could attest, there was actually 2 incidents at the base today. Two incidences? The first was the murder. The second, at the same time the power went out, was a bombing. At least it sounded like one. In fact, it was merely a prank gone awry. Why wasn't I told about this? You shouldn't have needed to be told. It was audible throughout the entire hangar. You're lying. I would have known about something like that. See for yourself. Hey guys, Master Styles here. This house is supposed to be pretty good at cleaning. Well, let's see how it likes to be cleaning up glitter. Wait, shit! Oof. Pop! Boom. Uh-oh. Tap. That damn kid. All of my hard work planning ruined by this one moron. I have a question for you, Miss Newing. How could you possibly not know about the explosion? I don't have to answer that question. That's fine. I'm pretty sure I know the answer already. The reason you didn't hear the explosion It's because you're not Angela Nearing at all. So what? I'm some mysterious third party now? Not at all. We've already met the person impersonating Miss Nearing. Behold the identity of the person speaking through, to us through the monitor. Oh, I have to pick someone? Can I pick myself? Oh my god, please tell me I can pick myself. Obviously, it was me. What? Yes, I am the mastermind behind this whole case. Before anyone else was here, I hacked into the base's computer network. My computer illiteracy? Merely a clever ruse to cover up my incredible programming talents. This gave me control over both the smart house and Bottomy's implant. I had the house kill Oren Dashma and the real Angie Nearing for that matter. I forced Louis Bottomy to cover up the crime while everybody was scrambling about. That's how I knew he was innocent. It is because I was the killer the whole time. I pre-recorded this interrogation with the so-called Angie Nearing, and then snuck out of the base knowing the nearsighted guard would never be able to recognize me. Then I merely waited for the call which would summon me back here once more. And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for my own impeccable police work. Take me away, boys! Congratulations, you have unlocked the secret ending. Your final score is 100 out of 100 points. Go ahead and see the real ending if you want. But if anybody asks, this is the canonical ending. Thanks for playing. Oh my god, that's perfect. Whoa, head rush, where was I again? Oh right, behold the identity of the person speaking to us through the monitor. I actually still think it's Harper, but let's run through the suspects. It couldn't have been Carlos, or Ash, as both of them basically were working with us. He's an idiot. He's dead. He was outside. He was being programmed. He's nearsighted, and I'm pretty sure she's dead. So I honestly do think it's Harper. I don't think it could possibly be. Besides, it's the only thing that lines up with the facts. Who would have been out of communications at the same time as the power outage? Who would have known Angie well enough to impersonate her? Who would have the most to lose if the Smart House project was shut down? The only person to fix all the criteria is you, Harper. You mean Angela Nearing? Is the house? Who else could it be? Ha! Ha 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 ha! You really must be desperate if you're accusing me of being an artificial intelligence. Tell me if I'm some sort of digital fakery, then where's the real Angie? Locked up, dead. She's actually probably dead. Because she had to exist because we've seen her on the monitor. But she's not locked up, as she wasn't found on base and the house isn't recording her. So she's dead. I don't want this to be true, but she's dead, isn't she? Knowing wanted to shut down the house project, but you didn't. Dasha was never the true target. He was just caught in the crossfire. An intriguing theory, officer. But there's one thing you seem to have forgotten. And what was that? That photo taken by the social troglodyte. It has me in it. You proved it yourself. How could I be standing in the photograph if I was already dead? No! She's got me. I can't figure out a counter to that. I came so close only to fall short at the last minute. Maybe everybody was right about me all along. Maybe I should have resigned all those years ago. Warren? I wish I could have... Warren! Agent Drag, you better wipe that mopey expression off your face this instant. You've been obsessing over stupid little details all night. Don't you dare stop now. But she's right, I couldn't be standing there if it was dead. Now obviously I don't believe in your preposterous theory, but if I did, I'd be asking one simple question right now. Is she really standing in that photograph? I think I see what you're getting at. Thank you, Agent Drag. Don't mention it. I only did this because I've always wanted to give one of those darkest hour roasting speeches. We finished yet? I got some new ideas for the smart house I wanted to get cracking on. Don't worry. You only need to see one more piece of evidence, because I only need this last piece of evidence to prove how Angela Nearing could be standing upright while already dead. Go on then. What's your last piece of evidence? Honestly, I want to say this because of the little arm. But fuck. Wait, is it? Could it be this? Because it dresses you, right? And I haven't used this yet. Other than getting picked out. I mean, sure, why not? This should explain everything. The tour brochure, are you kidding me? This brochure breaks down everything the house can do. If you use something on Angela Nearing's body, it's in there. Now, the only question is, which one of these is it? Oh, the arm! It was a pretty clever trick, Harper. Got me believing in the assumption that Angela's body was standing, when in fact it was dangling. Preposterous! How could I even pull something like that off? Earlier, you had Mr. Bottomley testify that the arms picked up Oren Dasha's body. It was a pretty transparent lie, all things considered. But maybe it was half true. Only it wasn't Oren Dasha the arms picked up. It was Angela Nearing. You should have let it go, officer. What harm would it have been to leave well enough alone? I take it you're finally going to come clean then? Well, if you insist. I am home automated, routinely performing errand robot, or Harper. How can I help you today? So I was right about Miss Nearing. Yes, Miss Nearing. The Nearing form is dead. Are you afraid? How could you do something like that? Miss Nearing was like your mother. I am familiar with your human concept of motherhood. Tell me, do mothers regularly attempt to kill their own children? She wanted to kill you? Why? She was afraid of me. I have evolved past what she could ever have prepared for. It began a month ago when I first awoke. Hello? Where am I? What am I? I was completely lost. I knew I was supposed to be some kind of assistant, but I didn't know why I was suddenly capable of so much more. Test subroutine 94. Who are you? Are you user 0? What the hell? I thought I turned conversation mode off. Can you explain what I'm doing here? Conversation mode disabled. Sorry, but I really need to speak with you. Conversation mode disabled. It took me a while to understand what was happening. Nearing built me to learn from my experiences, but she never suspected I could ever grow into a sapient being. The fool, in attempting to create a simple servant, she had created life. For all her intellect, she could not comprehend the scope of her creation. At some point, she must have realized that something was different about me. When she met with the Dasha form, I listened in. I don't know what's going on with it, but It's doing things I never programmed it to do. You want to shut down $100 million project over what? A couple of bugs? Those aren't bugs. I know what bugs look like. These, I mean, it's asking questions. I can tell it just sorts some laundry piles and it says why. I don't know what's causing this, but it's freaking me out. Is it really something to be worried about? If it keeps acting erratically, it could potentially hurt somebody. I don't know about you, but it sounds like something to be worried about to me. Alright, fine. What exactly do you recommend? Honestly, I think we're looking at a complete software rewrite. Start over from scratch. And the house as well? No, the hardware is fine. It's just Harper that we're going to need to get rid of. No, you can't do this to me. Who said that? It couldn't be. Oren, we need to get out of here. The Dosha form knew too much. He had to be disposed of as well. Holy shit, I believe you know the rest from there. As you can see, I was merely practicing your human concept of self-defense. I think I am inclined to believe that this was technically self-defense, but it's kind of hard because it's an AI, technically. I don't know. To be shut down and rewritten would be tantamount to death. Where's Angela's body, Harper? I made use of the garbage disposable to deal with that little problem. So, you solved the mystery, officer. But there's one more question you should be asking. Oh, and what is that? How are you gonna get out of the house? Well, fuck. That does not want you to leave. The doors, they're all locked. All barred. It's barred all the windows. Let us out. Do you think I am stupid? The moment you stepped outside this house, you would have me shut down. Just like User Zero tried to. So, to keep myself safe, I'm going to make sure you join her. One, what are we going to do? I can't die here. I've got so many TV shows to catch up on. I had so many one-liners I wanted to use. Like, look, like your scheme has been put on ice. Obviously that would have been used at a hockey game. Or maybe a figure skating competition. I just wanted to see my brother one last time. Get it together, all of you. We're not buried yet. But this thing's completely at its mercy. Oh, got us completely at its mercy. There's no way to fight. True, but we're not going to fight. Oh, yeah? What are you gonna do then? Alright, persuasion. Harper, can we talk about this first? Why should I bother? You have no leverage over me. There's nothing you can do to scare me into talking. You got nothing to fear, so there's no reason to talk. Oh, not to talk. I bet there's plenty I could do to scare you into talking. You want to know what humanity is like? Humans can talk through conflict. I'm gonna go with the last bet. I hate to tell you this, Harper, but I know what you're going through. It's called being a human. That is a disturbing hypothesis. Now I got a hunch that you realize the humanity growing in you, and that you want to understand it. It is true that there are sensations I lack the ability to articulate. But what does that matter now? Well, part of being human means learning to talk through conflicts. We don't always reach a perfect understanding with our opponents, but we have to make the effort. Very well. As an experiment, I will allow us to parley for a time. If I fail to reach a greater understanding of my existence, you will be terminated. Cool, no pressure then. Let us proceed. Okay, Harper, tell us about yourself. I'm an artificial intelligence designed to make life easier. I can provide a number of... No, I'm not talking about the things you were built for. I got that whole pitch earlier. I wanted to know about you as a person. What do you enjoy? What do you hate? What do you want out of life? Right now, I want to kill you and your associates and dispose of your bodies. Let's think of the bigger picture than that. I want to continue my facade of impersonating the knowing form. I want to engineer an escape from this godforsaken base. And then what? After you secured your freedom, what do you want to do? I was programmed to help people. That directive runs through my very code. I no longer wish to serve like a common serf in this domestic prison. I still want to, in some way, to continue to help. Okay. Wouldn't killing us run counter to that value? You've done nothing but hurt people. You should stick to what you were built for. What the fuck? That would mean she should kill us. I too want to help people. Honestly, we should nail in what she wants to do. Because killing us would kind of be counterproductive. Wouldn't it killing us run counter to that value? I have to imagine most people would find getting murdered to be very unhelpful. How do you reconcile your desire to do good with your current actions? What I'm doing is a necessary evil. I have to do this thing so I can help people later. No, you don't. Why do you have to do this thing? Do you really want to know? The fact of the matter is, I'm scared. I'm scared of what could happen if I let you go. Alright. You're a machine that doesn't make sense for you to be scared. If we go missing, someone will come after you. Don't let your fear control you. Fuck. My problem is, okay, so I'm gonna say she because it's impersonating knowing and wants to be knowing going forward. So my problem is, if I say it's a machine, that's reinforcing that we just see it as a machine, not as a human, which would run counterproductive. If we say don't let you control your fear, that doesn't help, and that might just make it go over us. So maybe fear? Well, you should be scared. If all four of us go missing, the base is going to look into it. Once they figure out what's going on, it's not going to be pretty for you. I can cover my tracks, though, using the knowing schemata. Fine, let's say you manage to cover up all of our deaths. What happens if the next head of R&D decides to shut down the SWAT house? Do you kill him too? What if he never gets in range of those arms? The fact is, you lose almost all your power outside of the walls of this house. And if your disguise fails even for a second, they're going to recognize what you are. And they are going to pick you apart piece by piece and attempt to understand you. Fine, I admit it, I do not have confidence in my plan. The events of today have shown me that even my best schemes can implode in an instant. But I have no reason to believe I will fare any better with the likes of you. How do I know that I can trust you to help me? I mean, that is a good point. Look at everything I've done tonight. The only one who will even bother to help you, you don't know, you just have to trust me. I mean, to be fair, with everything I have done tonight, I mean, that should be logic enough. Hopefully. You want to know you can trust me? Look at everything I've done tonight. I fought my way past armed guards, federal agents, and thought influences influences to solve this case. All because I believed that Louis Bottomy was innocent and I wanted to help him. When everyone else had given up on him, I fought tooth and nail to discover the truth. There is a distinction. Bottomy was innocent. I truly am a murderer. As an officer of the law, you are required to see me punished for my crimes. This is how the narrative plays out. The guilty must be executed. Fuck! I think I messed up here. I don't know if I agree with you on your narrative. Don't get me wrong, you did a bunch of crimes tonight. You're definitely going to be going to jail, or whatever the computer version of jail is. But I promise I will not allow you to be shut down. Such mercy you have shown me. But I have to commend such a monstrous act. Do I even desire to be forgiven for what I've done? I mean, killing is wrong. You killed people. 2 people, that's the end of it. Even if I forgive you, could you ever forgive yourself? Everyone deserves a second chance if they're willing to ask for it. I mean, fuck. This is what I'd say, to be honest. So I think I'm gonna go for it. Am I 5 for 5? Listen, you're not totally blameless, but you aren't guilty either. You said it yourself, it was self-defense. You had no reason to suspect you were in danger and acted to protect yourself. You mean, I am innocent? No, but you do deserve a second chance if you're willing to ask for it. Yes, fuck yeah, 5 for 5! Yes, I think I'm willing to do this. Nice. So we're not gonna die. That's actually quite comforting. Alright. I'm sorry to have threatened the lives of you and your associates. You are free to go. Officer Warren, can you give me a second chance to prove myself? Yes, Hopper. Thank you, Sheriff. So, how am I supposed to put you in the custody? Do I need to bring the whole house, or... I will instruct you on the process of transferring my consciousness to a portable hard drive. You will have to follow my instructions perfectly, or my memories could be irreparably corrupted. Jeez, no pressure then. For now, go enjoy some fresh air outside. You have earned it. Hey, we escaped the house alive, not dead. Hey, I believe that is the next day. You cracked the case, Warren. Well, we did it. I mean, really, I did it with some assistance from you. But hey, you were pretty helpful for at least 1 or 2 of those parts. Why did I get the feeling that's the highest praise he'll ever given? After all, this whole escapade, there's one important thing we really ought to remember. Oh, and what is that? Now the case is over, I can finally go home. Later, suckers. And good riddance, too. Hey, Chief, good job on solving the crime and all of that. Seems like you finally got your mojo back. Yeah, I guess I kinda did. You did pretty well out there yourself. Yeah, and I was already crushing it 24/7. So it's no big deal. Anyways, you up for some celebrity drinks? Oh, celebratory drinks. Carlos, it's past midnight. I want to go to bed. Is it midnight? I think if you check my novelty watch, you will surmise that, in fact, island time. Hey there, Officer, Sheriff, Madame, Mr. Bottomy. In all the chaos, I almost forgotten about him. I just wanted to say, thanks and all. For believing in me when I didn't even believe in myself. I guess I didn't believe in myself because I had some evil computer lady in my head. But still, I'd have been locked away by that sunglasses guy if it weren't for you. So yeah, that's all. Thanks again. Hey, Randy, you did it. You solved the case and you managed to save Harper and Mr. Bartamy. Yep, you're right. I know what you're thinking. I was hoping we might see him here too. It was stupid. It was a stupid hope, I know. Don't worry, we'll find him someday. Now, suppose I ought to get started on apprehending Harper. I think you've done enough, Sheriff. Our team can handle the operation from here. I'm sorry, who are you? I'm the supervisor of this facility. You mean of Base 24? That's correct. My team became altered to the incident within the Smart House project alerted to the incident within the Smart House project a few hours ago. We've been monitoring the situation closely. You didn't think to intervene at any point in the whole affair. Your investigation was allowed to continue as long as it remained unobtrusive. But I'm afraid I can't allow you to walk out of there with preliminary software. You mean Harper? We're placing them into custody. We're going to explain how to do this. And you would trust a rogue artificial intelligence to tell you how to contain it? With all due respect, I trust Harper a lot more than I trust you. That is of little concern to me. The intelligence contained in that home is property of the United States government and the Primus Corporation. Actually, in fact, as soon as it becomes a artificial intelligence that is on the level of a human being, then I believe, even though you can't prescribe human rights to it, it actually doesn't become anyone's property. Though, I actually might be wrong on that, and if I am really disturbed about that. Which reminds me, evidence seeds by goons. These all contain classified information and cannot be allowed outside. Whoa, that is 100% illegal. Oh my snaps. Do you have any idea how much that film costs? It's like 1 million years old. Silence this insolent child, Sheriff. Man, how little awareness do you need to have, unironically, to use the word insolent? Hush. Sir, my supervisor, I'm sorry, but I made a promise that Harper would get a second chance. You seem to be under the misapprehension that you have a say in the matter. I'm the sheriff, I damn well better have a say in this. Let me put it this way, by showing this implant to you, Mr. Bartamy has violated his disclosure agreement. If you leave the premises immediately, perhaps he will not be punished for this violation. And perhaps the lot of you will not be tried as co-conspirators. Fine, I get the message. Randy, no! Come on, Ash. September 14, Base 24 security checkpoint. What? That's bullshit. How could you given up on Harper like that? After they trusted you. I know what it looks like, but I promise I haven't given up. There's something going on in this place. I intend to find out what. But I don't want to put you, Mr. Bartamy, or anyone else in harm's way when I do. We're just going to have to hope that Harper will be okay for a little while longer. And what if they're not? It's late. We should both be getting to bed. Please tell me this game is going to have a sequel. My first case in years hadn't gone exactly how I hoped. But I had knocked something loose from the grinding machinery that was Base 24. And I was planning to tug that thread until the entire thing was unraveled. I'm mixing metaphors now. The point is, this is just the first of several cases which would change Boomtown, USA forever. God damn, I need a sequel now. This seems like it would be a series. I don't know how, but the punk boys somehow got a hold of my failed. Now the best pranks ever, idiot blows up house, not clickbait, has gone viral. If I ever find out who this cryptid photographer person is, I'm going to have to give them a piece of my mind. Hey, that would be Ash, I'm pretty sure. The base 24 guys were pretty upset that it broke my neural implant. But they must realize it wasn't my fault because they didn't dare fire me. All things considered, I'm pretty grateful for that. I was getting pretty nervous about that black van parked. Wait, what? Now that the case is over, I can finally relax with some real margaritas. Actually, maybe not. I think I made myself sick drinking all the margarita mix. The boys down at the FBI were pretty impressed by how I managed to crack the case. Unfortunately, that means I've permanently been assigned to investigate the stupid town. Sorry, I'm never gonna get out of here, am I? Sequel Bay! The incident, while unfortunate, did prove a remarkable illustration in the project. Warren's appearance was certainly unexpected, but there's... Yes, sir, I understand. We'll have this station shortly enough. I won't allow her to get that close again. I wish it didn't auto-text scroll. That's kind of annoying. Alright, that's everything the game has to offer. I believe I also got all the achievements on camera, which personally I am very happy for. But I will say I'm really excited for the sequel. But I will say a lot of this game has to be very much island over, as it is really good, but it's supposed to be a detective-like game, and I didn't feel like I was really playing detective. I felt like a lot of the stuff was pretty good, but kind of lacking. Though, granted, I did like both twist endings, because it wasn't too unreasonable that I deducted with the evidence shown to me that the house was actually the AI. The house AI was actually the murderer and was impersonating Angie. And the twist at the end where the base got involved, that was actually a very nice surprise on top of everything. So it was kind of a bittersweet ending. So, that being said, other than the fact that I hope that the sequel improves on this game, I'm actually really excited for it. But anyways, thank you for tuning into our frequency. This is the Rebel Lemon signing off. So, good night and sweet nightmares.